Buenas tardes. Yo no hablo español. And good afternoon. Okay. So, yes, this is mine. Okay. You can, if you want, you can make presentation. And so, yes, you can touch, press. Okay. I'm a primary school teacher in Sardinia, in Villa Puzzu, and 2 years ago, more or less, my school had the great pleasure to host two people from Spain, one psychologist from IS Don Juan Manuel, and one English teacher from IS Peñalba. It was a great opportunity because my school is a really, you can go, it's a small school in a rural area. My institute is a comprehensive institute like the other one in Turin. It's the most common in Italy. We have a kindergarten, primary school, and low secondary school with the pupils from 3 to 14 years old. In my school, there are 550 pupils and 75 teachers, but we have 6 different school buildings. So each one has from 45 up to 130 pupils in each. It's, as I was telling, is a rural area. The economy is based on agriculture and farming. The tourism is not well developed as other part of Italy and Sardinia too. And so my school suffered from the isolation from the main city. We have the capital city is 70 kilometers far, so in my area there are no good opportunity for to develop professional competencies of teachers, but we try to overcome this isolation through the cooperation and the technology. Cooperation with other schools. We were involved before in LLP program through Comenius, and many teachers start to go abroad with the previous program, and now with the Erasmus. We are also involved in e-twinning. We cooperated with many schools around Europe, and so by the technology we can stay in contact with other schools, and we can make online training, and through Erasmus, thanks to Erasmus also, training abroad. And we try, in this way we can improve our professionalism. We try to modify our learning environment. I think that milestone in our development was a mock future classroom scenarios, when we see that it was really what we want to do in our school. So we start to make some path. Of course, we are still on the way. You can see in the first picture was our classroom before with all the furniture, but also we try to make the table in a way that pupils can cooperate together and to display different zones in the school. This is our new classroom, and I think within March one school will be all with this new furniture, and in all the other schools we have at least 3 classes completely renovated. And our idea is to make pupils more autonomous, to promote their creativity, to promote cooperation between pupils, and use the technology to help them to support their learning, and also to stay in contact with other classmates around Europe. Our good points in our school are in the math field. the analogic method. You can see some material, there are practical materials, structured materials, and also pupils can use tablet to improve their competencies. And it works because it starts from the intuitive and innate abilities of children. Thank you. And also in the language learning approach, we use a plurilingual approach because in this way we promote our second language, that it's Sardinian language, and also the language of pupils coming from different countries. And we think that a plurilingual approach, open mind of the children, make them more aware about other cultures, other countries, or other cultures. The attention to diversity. We think that the Italian vision of the attention to diversity, it comes from 1977, when all pupils, even if they are strong disability and cognitive disability, can stay in the normal class. They are supported by teachers. We have normally one-to-one, so one teacher for one pupil with disability, or not more than one teacher for two pupils. All children in the class are encouraged to support pupils with disability. We increase accessibility in the school so they can move around freely. And we use the technological resources to help them and support their learning. And they have an individualized plan, so they don't need to follow the same curriculum as the other pupil if they have some difficulty, but they have their own. This is okay. This vision is good, but when we host the psychologists and teachers in our school, we realized that maybe our view is not the only view that we can have as concerning the diversity. And we start to think about a different approach. So this is one of the great benefits we have. So exchange different view and approach on inclusion and diversity. We compare a lot with Diana and Esther out different approach. And we exchange best practice in teaching methodologies, especially in language teaching. And we exchange a different view on the school organization. I think that Spain and Italy have a different organizational approach. It was good to compare. And we built cooperation. Also, this was it is a great benefit. And the benefit was for the teachers understanding other culture, become more open to change and to innovate, and expanded the knowledge of different educational systems, especially the Spanish system. And they had the opportunity to improve their communication skill in English or sometimes in Spanish, because some teachers know a little bit Spanish, so they have the opportunity to speak with the teachers we host. And then we built a new collaboration. We are at this moment, we have one partnership, Erasmus partnership, with Don Juan Manuel. It's great. It's about cultural heritage. We are three rural schools, so it's a very great results from this. And for pupils also, they expanded their knowledge and understanding of the other countries and cultures, and they promote awareness about the Spanish language that is really similar to ours, and also become more confident in English because they can communicate with the teachers, the psychologists and teachers who came in our school. And for myself, I find new opportunity to develop my awareness on different educational system. I started to went abroad for training in 2011, so I saw different school system, and every time it's really important to compare, to see, and it enrich my knowledge. And also the collaboration with both of the school, it was great. And I find new contact with a retired school in Finland. I went there in August, so it was also this one great results. And also I had the opportunity to develop my attitude to thinking critically, for example, about a different approach we had about the inclusion. Because maybe in Italy it's most important the inclusion of disability children and less important the inclusion of other kind of difficulty in pupils, for example, dyslexia or so on. They don't have support. So it was great to compare different point of view. In conclusion, host teachers for job shadowing is a part of professional development in the hosting school too. It has an impact at two levels, at the individual level, but also at the school level, so at the organization as a whole. And more colleagues are engaged when we host the teachers, because, for example, normally in partnership or training abroad, we involve 20% of teachers, but in hosting teachers, more or less all the teachers in the school, and this increases the openness and the openness to innovate it in the school. So thank you so much. Now Alberto, thank you, told us something more. Thank you, Alberto. Do you need it?
No, I'm going to see.
It's okay? Okay.
Don't worry.
So I stay with you?
Bien, bueno, buenas tardes. A ver si esto se abre. Bueno, yo vengo en representación de las participantes en el Job Shadowing en Cerdeña. Obviamente no soy ella es la jefa de estudios del IES Don Juan Manuel y orientadora, y bueno, no ha podido asistir porque ahora mismo estamos desarrollando la gala final de un K229 que bueno, hemos empezado esta semana. Entonces vengo en representación de ella misma, de Diana Cabellos y de Esther Anino del IES Peñalba de Moral de Calatrava, que bueno, pues tampoco ha podido asistir. Me parece muy interesante la visión que ha dado Diana sobre esta movilidad, porque es su punto de vista como orientadora en un instituto de secundaria sobre cómo manejan la orientación educativa en el Instituto Comprensivo de Villaputzu. Bueno, partiendo del objetivo que ella tenía, que era desarrollar estrategias para atender correctamente a la diversidad y sobre todo enmarcándolas en algo que bueno, pues nos representa un poco a todos los que estamos aquí, que es el entorno de la escuela rural. Son centros muy similares y al fin y al cabo van a trabajar de una manera que puede ser interesante para nosotros. Entonces, en lo relevante a la atención a la diversidad, le llamó muchísimo la atención que bueno, pues en Italia se trabaja una integración total en el caso de alumnos con necesidades educativas, pero siempre partiendo de equipos y unidades sanitarias locales, no partiendo del centro como podría ser en nuestro caso. Estas unidades sanitarias emitirán el diagnóstico funcional del alumno y trabajarán en base a las potencialidades que tiene, no en lo que tiene que hacer este alumno para llegar a un objetivo, sino en todo aquello que podría hacer para conseguirlo. A continuación, ya en el centro, se elaboraría un perfil dinámico funcional y un programa individualizado, que sería bueno, pues el equivalente a nuestros PTIs o planes de trabajo, que se evalúa de manera anual y siempre con la colaboración de la familia, porque es esta familia la que va a solicitar el apoyo y la que va a dar el visto bueno a la atención educativa de sus hijos. Los alumnos van a permanecer en el centro hasta que acaban la escolarización y, bueno, pues más o menos hasta los 18 o 19 años. A nivel de centro, ¿cómo trabajarían? Bueno, pues cuentan con muchísimos recursos personales como pueden ser los nuestros, PTs, ALs, ATs, fisios, pero además los ayuntamientos podrían colaborar con maestros de apoyo que, bueno, pues como veis aquí abajo, podrían estar para atender a alumnos con necesidades, pero también en cualquier otro caso. O sea, no es necesario que cuente con algún tipo de discapacidad o de necesidad, sino cualquier alumno que necesite un apoyo de cualquier tipo podría recibirlo. ¿Qué es lo que no se encuentra? La figura del orientador como tal, como podríamos tener nosotros. Esa orientación va a depender de los profesores. La orientación que sería académica profesional va a depender de los profesores y serán ellos, desde su especialidad y desde sus conocimientos de la materia y del alumno, los que le aconsejarán si continuar con esos estudios o dirigirse a otros. Sí existe algo similar a lo que podría ser nuestro orientador académico en secundaria, en la enseñanza superior, sería formación profesional y el equivalente al bachillerato. Y bueno, pues interesante también qué es lo que Diana, en este caso, como orientadora y como jefa de estudios del centro, ha tratado de implementar en nuestro instituto. Ha trabajado con segundo de la ESO para mejorar las prácticas inclusivas y en este caso sí es cierto que contamos con inclusión total de algunos alumnos con necesidades educativas especiales en lengua. Total, prácticamente, bueno, es la PT, la maestra de apoyo, la que entra en el aula y los alumnos prácticamente no salen. También al Departamento de Matemáticas le ha asesorado sobre el método Bartolato, que, si no me equivoco, es sobre cálculo mental. Y también, bueno, pues han incluido algunas actividades y todo esto se ha difundido en las jornadas de buenas prácticas de orientación en Guadalajara. Y, bueno, lo mejor para nosotros, como decía Alessandra, es que ha nacido un K229, el Challenges for Rural Schools, en el que participaremos a partir de mayo con Cerdeña y con Polonia, y bueno, pues que tendremos 3 movilidades. O sea que al final, bueno, pues el tema de los lazos al final han unido y de estos itais nacen nuevos lazos, ¿no? Y bueno, pues por mi parte nada más, muchas gracias.